you're a meat lover, there's one basic cooking technique you need to know, and that's how to cook the perfect steak. There's a few little simple rules to make sure that you become a better cook when it comes to cooking meat. This is a Scotch fillet, probably one of my favorite cuts of steak. I love it because there's a good amount of fat around it and it's juicy and tender when it's cooked in the pan. This here is an Australian certified organic piece of meat, so it tastes absolutely delicious. Next is remove the steak out of the packaging and just dry it. Dry it with some paper toweling, or if you're super organised, leave it in the fridge to air dry without any cover. Because we want a beautiful crust, moisture is the enemy. After you've done that, it's time to cook. So bring it out of the fridge 1 hour before cooking, depending on how thick your steak is. That's a rough guide for a 300-gram steak. Next is oiling and seasoning. So some Australian extra virgin olive oil over the top. And I like to oil the meat as opposed to the pan and just drizzle it over, spread it around on both sides. And now a good crack of pepper, if you like pepper. And a generous amount of salt. This is not only going to bring out the beautiful flavour of the meat, but it's also going to help form a gorgeous crust. So we'll do that on the other side too. And now it's time to cook. This pan has been heating up so it's nice and hot. First up, we want to seal it on both sides. So into the pan. Oh, that's a very good sound. You want it to be hot so we get that crust. Now, just to seal it at this stage, I'm going to cook it for 1 minute on each side and then for 2 minutes on each side after that. This steak is almost cooked, so what I like to do is just finish it off with some extra flavour. So a nice amount of butter and some thyme. Thyme and steak love each other, so we'll add the thyme with the butter. And now as this butter melts, this flavoured thyme butter, I'm just going to pour that over the steak to give it extra flavour. This is not crucial, but I tell you what, it does make your steak extra tasty. I'll flip that over and we'll do it on the other side. The meat now comes out of the pan. I'll add the herbs. Now this needs to rest. That's one of the most crucial things. So this has been cooking for 6 minutes. It needs to rest for 3 minutes before slicing. I promise you, you're going to get an extra juicy steak if you wait. If I cut into this straight away, what will happen is all the juices will run on the board and then leave us with dry steak, and we don't want that. So 3 more minutes and it's ready.